Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Two Dads Chillin', the podcast for dads, by dads. We are your hosts, Brennan, and my trusty sidekick, Matt. What's up?
Episode 4.
I can't believe we made it this far.
Yeah, I mean, a lot going on. Recent.
Weather, moving, golfing, everything else in between. The heat is killing my perfect body. I feel like I'm about to be the size of you here soon.
So it's been, 90s temperatures and heat index, above 100? For what, a week straight now?
I don't know. I don't want to even think about it. It's been miserable. Not all of us get to wear sweatshirts to work and are still cold.
Yeah, I mean, definitely, I got the office pretty cold. I got the AC cranked. But
It's like I even go into a cooler that's broken. I have a store that the cooler's broken. I go in there and it's only like 60 degrees. I'm like,
probably feels pretty good.
feels way better than those coolers that are like 20 degrees and like the sweat on my back
It's freezing.
is freezing. It feels like I'm in underneath the waterfall. So what's been going on, bud? What you been up to? I haven't seen you in a while.
Well, I played golf a couple times last week.
That's right. That is the last time I saw you. It was about a week and a half ago was when we played.
Yeah, we snuck a 9 in and then played an executive kind of par 3, short par 4 course
It was all right.
with some friends that are
Getting into it.
just getting into the game. So kind of keep it as simple as possible and not necessarily too challenging
for us.
Yeah. I mean, other people they're struggled for sure, but there's no benefit to them right now playing, close to 400-yard par 4s when, you're struggling to get off the tee, struggling with second shots. Like playing a 250-yard par 4 is still challenging enough to them. So, it allowed me to, work on the iron game, the wedge game, and putting. So, I mean, I think I was happy with the score. Could have been better. I mean, it did have a couple bad holes where, made an error and compounded the error with another bad shot. But
I do want to forgot it in the car. And I just thought of it.
Oh yeah.
But I do want to give you a special shout out. Thank you.
Yeah.
I would show it, but it was supposed to be a gift for on air, but then I said, hey, let's go play golf. And you surprised me.
Yeah.
I'm scared what other surprises because I'm moving into a house. I don't know what I'm about to figure. I set a booby trap or something. I don't know what's going to happen next, but no, I just want to say I appreciate it.
Yeah, this guy's always, playing golf. He gets to that yardage and is like, oh, this would be a perfect time for a 7-iron. Too bad I don't have one. He left it somewhere, lost it.
You know what's crazy is that I don't even know where it could have possibly left it at. Like,
yeah, it's not like it's a wedge.
no, I think my kids were messing around in my bag, and if they must have put it somewhere.
Yeah, so I saw a 7-iron in your club type, so I had to pick it up. I mean, it's not the right shaft or anything like that, but I know that we just put new shafts in yours, and you've got that 7-iron shaft, so we just need to put it in.
Speaking of new clubs, I see something new that you finally got.
Yeah,
You got a new toy over here.
yeah, got my new driver in.
How you liking it?
And committing to hitting it more. For me to truly get better and how I want to get better is committing to hitting more drivers.
Are you feeling like you're hitting it better with that? Is it a purchase, I guess I want to say, like, that you regret doing?
No. I mean, I played clubs for a number of years. I mean, outside of the driver, I mean, there's not a club in my bag that's, not 8 or 9 years old, if not older. So, when I make a purchase like that, it's not something that is, I'm not going out and buying next year's model next year.
I mean, you could if you keep hitting it as well as you are.
No,
You might be like, I need that new technology.
I think
Those commercials got a way to get to you,
Well, I mean, I think they want to get to you, but realistically, I would think that your average golfer, your average weekend golfer, like hitting something and being consistent with it is more beneficial than going out and buying the new technology every year. Because I mean, even if you play, even around here, if you play once a week during golf season, what are you playing? 30 rounds a year? And I mean, how many people truly play 30 rounds a year?
But I guess my counter to that, how many people do you think truly are going out and buying the latest and greatest, whether it be driver, putter? You think the number's higher than we think or lower than we think? Because I'm thinking personally, who's going to go out there and spend $700 every year on just one club?
A lot of people do it.
Really? You think?
Yeah, I mean, when I was playing golf, my younger years, I played with a group of people, and for a couple of years, there'd be a couple of them that have new drivers, new irons
Every year.
Every year. It's just,
even if I was in a financially way better spot than I am currently in, I don't think I could do it. Because it's like, you want to play good golf, I feel like you just said, like you're consistently getting used to the clubs, and obviously they change something, even if it's minute.
I mean, there's probably something changed. I mean, there's obviously something changed every year, but is it enough of a change to where I'm going to notice it?
No.
As a 12 handicap? No, probably not. And I look at it as it's not necessarily, the money aspect of buying new clubs every year, but I would rather just take that money and go play more golf.
You and the word more golf, they're like two peas in a pod, aren't they?
I mean, how you get better is playing. You're not going to get better by just, playing once a week or playing twice a month. Like, it's that repetitive motion, that muscle memory.
Are there any places we're going to play that we haven't played yet? There are. Let me rephrase that. Take that back. Skirt. Are there any upcoming places that you want to play at?
We've talked about going up to Indy and playing the Brickyard potentially. Belterra is somewhere that we're definitely play this year.
I try to get you for Labor Day weekend and go to French Lick, take our kids and everything, but you think that's a next year thing?
The challenging golf courses, like I've played at one of the courses down there, and I think it would be more enjoyable getting a good year under our belt of playing more than we have in the past, and better course management.
No, absolutely.
Because I think that's what you're starting to pick up more of.
Yeah.
Off of me.
It sucks.
Because I play golf for a good score, where you play golf for the hero balls.
I'm Bryson out there, baby. Trying to. Yeah, no, I hate the way I'm playing golf now, but I mean, just because it's boring to me, like I'm taking less risk, but at the end, it definitely is more rewarding.
It's like the pro golfers. They're, look at the U.S. Open. How many times did you see them chipping out sideways?
Oh, absolutely.
That's course management. That's not hero ball golf.
Right.
So, and you see the scores they put up.
Yeah. We were playing during the Open, or the U.S. Open, and we were listening to it on the thing, and they were like, if somebody that shoots, what was it, like a 12 or 15 handicap would shoot like 130, 140 at Oakmont, which is crazy.
Yeah,
because I mean the course doesn't look hard, but it's that rough.
What's the rough? 5-6 inch rough, and it's not like rough that we play. This has been overseeded. You drop your phone, you could lose your phone in the grass.
I wonder what the stats are on how many things were dropped in that rough over the weekend that people just adios.
The lawnmower found it.
Oh yeah, but no, I definitely think we have a lot of golf to look forward to this year. We're gonna play Belterra, like you said. Probably play Rising Star.
Yeah, I like that course. I mean, it's a link style course, and it's pretty much a straightaway. What you see is what you're playing. Dog legs, rolling hills, not a lot of trees. There's the high fescue.
We're gonna probably trying to get on at Traditions.
Yeah, that would be certainly be a course that
a little cherry on the top, but yeah.
I just have to see what the Golf Association puts out as maybe a member's guest, as well as working some contacts that we have to maybe get us on.
What else you got going on this week? Anything? I know for me, I didn't mean to cut you off. I didn't even let you answer.
No. I mean, nothing major. Just kind of getting ready for the short work week and the holiday week coming up. So,
every week for you is a short work week. I feel like.
No, I mean, but it's busy week at work, just with volumes looking good. We had some people off. We got some people off this coming week that are taking advantage of that holiday, some vacation. So not that it's overly stressful, just making sure the operation runs in the way that it needs to run.
For me, it's International Fight Week. I know this is not your forte of things, but
no, I certainly don't follow it to the extent that you do. And to even say I follow it would be a stretch. Yes, I'll watch some of the UFC fights, but I'm not planning my day around it.
Oh,
to the extent that you do.
I can't wait. 1 a.m. baby. My day will end Saturday night Sunday morning, I guess, at 1 a.m. Big weekend. You got UFC, you got boxing. I'm stoked. Yeah. It's like the
boxing's for sure. I don't even watch it.
But Jake's fighting. You gotta watch that.
Nah, I mean, I don't even think I watched the one
with Tommy Fury. That's probably the one you're thinking of.
Yeah, and there's been those exhibitions and shit like that. I don't know that, and it could be that I just don't understand the sport.
Right.
But there's also, I don't think there's really any desire from me to want to learn the sport. There's just other ones that interest me more.
Yeah, it's almost that time.
I mean, football season's around the corner.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
College basketball.
Yeah. I mean, I could do without. Give me my college football.
See, I like NFL football better than college football.
Knowing how close we are now and together we are, you think I'll be allowed in your house during football season, or am I going to have to... We're going to have to do the podcast from the road.
No, you're always welcome.
Somebody's mouth just doesn't stop.
Yeah, I mean, I know you're a Michigan fan. My wife's Ohio State fan, so...
I'm trying to convert this guy to a Michigan fan. It's not working too well.
When it comes to college football, I will watch it. I don't diehard watch it. I'm not somebody that, wakes up and watches College Game Day every second, and then, am in front of the TV watching, games from noon to, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning or whatever, whenever that Hawaii game is.
Pac-12 after dark, baby.
Are they even still around?
Yeah, so it's funny you asked that because I don't know if you've ever heard of the school, but Texas State is supposed to accept an invite to the Pac-12. Like that's the state that they're in right now, is that they're going after these super small schools like Texas State. And you know what's crazy is they call the Pac-12 the Conference of Champions. I don't know if you knew that or not, but a lot of that is because I think that they've, from my understanding of it, is that they've won the most like overall like conference. Like their teams have won the most championships when they had the USC, the Arizona State, the Stanfords. You know, because a lot of those schools they won like the swimming and diving, the cheerleading,
Most collegiate.
Yeah, but and then they got UCLA, which they're definitely. I don't think they're not number one, are they? Or is UK number one? And for basketball.
Oh,
I know that their UCLA's up there because they had that run of like couple straight, but I'm definitely
not recently.
No, I'm definitely excited for it. Yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah, I mean, I was, when it comes to college football, like I like just watching a good game, regardless of the outcome of it.
Whereas I'm the opposite.
You'll watch a blowout,
and
be more excited of a blowout than a close game.
No, I hate close games.
Yeah.
I mean, I shouldn't say I hate, but like,
Yeah, you're screaming at the TV, as long as it comes out your way.
I scream at the TV even if they're up 35 at halftime.
So, but I mean, that's the extent of my like fandom in college football. Certainly much more of a NFL fan.
Yeah, it'll be exciting. Went to the movies this weekend, or actually, I should say this week.
Oh, is this the movie Olivia wanted to see?
Oh yeah, we got all dressed up, so we closed, and then immediately after, we went straight to the movies and saw Megan too. She was all dressed up and everything at the movie theater.
That's a scary movie or whatever, right?
I mean, I thought it was really dumb. The first one was good, was okay, but I thought it was really dumb. But those things, just like you did on Master Sunday, you sacrifice for your kids to make them happy. I mean, yours was far more greater than mine.
Yeah, I mean, so was it was it like
It was like a horror movie. It's like this robot that kills people.
But was it more like say Home Alone 3, where like the first two were good and the third was just a flop, or maybe,
I don't know. I just
maybe
feel like
they shouldn't have done it. Should have just left it at one.
Yeah, I feel like they just try to tell so many different stories because now, like, they made another girl robot and.
Oh, so they're open on it, leaving themselves open for the third one.
Oh yeah, so that's what the second one was about, was the new girl robot that was like trying to take over the world, and yeah, I'm not gonna get into the spoiler or anything, but yeah, and then those two robots battled it out, and something else happens, and then like at the very end, they definitely leave like a cliffhanger to for a third one. Yeah. It was funny because
I'll pass on that.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like your forte, but there is a movie that we want to see, and
the F1 movie. I mean,
that might be a next weekend thing.
Yeah, I mean, I will definitely want to see what the reviews on it, the initial reviews and stuff are on it.
From what I'm reading, people are loving it.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen some of that, movies, like, I don't know, I just like watching a movie in my own house.
Yeah.
I'm also the person that takes a blanket to the movie theater. I take my shoes off, put the reclining chair up.
So, speaking of that, let me stop you right there.
Take a blanket in.
Let me stop you there because it is so funny that you say you take your shoes off, because I have done that at the movie theater. And some guy next to me like looked at me weird and everything, and like got pissed. And then he told me, You're the type of guy that would steal somebody's wallet because I took my shoes off at the movie theater.
Well, it's not the movie theaters when we were younger where it was, free for all seating. It's now, reserved seating.
That's the craziest thing ever. Like, I mean, I've been to movies since they've started that, but
Which is, I mean, I love it because now you don't have to get to the movie 30 minutes early to get a good seat. Like, you can walk in 5 minutes before it starts and you know your seat.
I also think, like, movies aren't as popular, though. Like, I don't know. Like, as a kid growing up, like, I feel like that movie theater, that was, like, always date night. You know, you took your girlfriend to the movies. And, like, as Jordan...
Yeah, but we didn't have iPhones and, all the technology that the kids nowadays have.
No, I mean, I know, but, like...
We had LAN parties. Like...
But how surprised would you be, like, if Jordan came up to you and was like, Dad, will you take me and my girlfriend to the movies? You'd be like, whoa. Like,
I mean, he's taken somebody to the movies before.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
So you weren't, like, throwing off, like, well, you really want to go to the movies?
No, I mean, I didn't go. I think I was working late, but, Emily took him and, didn't sit by him or anything like that, but, took him to and from the movie.
I know, it's just weird to me because it's like I never see the movies packed.
No. Well, I mean, I also don't go,
When was the last movie you saw in theaters? Do you even remember?
No.
Really, it's been like that long. Another thing too, just not like on longevity, is just like how expensive it is. I think I spent the tickets were $26 for both of us. And I spent another $30 on concessions, and we got a deal, quote unquote. We got a large popcorn,
See, I got we got movie nights here, and I've got a popcorn maker. I've got washable like popcorn dishes that you like get at the movie theater.
So you can almost set up like your house, if Ella wanted to see something, you could just put.
Yeah, she's in the popcorn phase right now.
That's what you told me.
Where she wants popcorn, and so we two nights this week I've made popcorn, and she sat on the couch with me, and we've snacked on some popcorn.
Does she actually sit there and watch the whole movie, or does she get bored?
I mean, she'd be watching whatever's on TV. I mean, she's pulled her tablet up and sitting there next to me. When I'm holding the bucket of popcorn, she's just one hand in and
the real question to test our friendship, and this matters more than anything. Are you a butter guy or an extra butter guy? This is like a deal breaker for me.
I'm more of a salt.
Oh, okay.
I don't want it to be like soaking wet in butter just because like it's so like greasy and nasty on my fingers. I like a little bit, but not to where the popcorn's soggy. But I do like salty popcorn. We got all that upstairs.
Disappointed in you.
Jordan's like a white cheddar fan.
Oh.
We got nachos, ranch. I think ranch.
Oh.
I don't know. I'm more.
I like the
salt.
I like the sugar salt. The one that you sprinkle it on there and it tastes like it's really sugary but salty.
Kind of like the caramel and stuff on it, like that, like that kind of popcorn.
No, the kettle corn. There we go.
Yeah, kettle corn.
Yeah,
you're big kettle corn.
Oh, I love kettle corn.
I mean, I go in spurts on that. I mean, I'm more traditional, plain salt and butter.
But I also don't like the regular butter. I like the spray butter.
Mm.
Did you, as a kid? Probably not, because you said you're not a butter fan. But rip up the bag and then lick the...
No.
No? Might have done that a time or two.
No, I mean, if anything, I was poured into a bowl because I didn't want to get my knuckles in the back half of my hand all nasty when I was with my hand in the bag.
But, yeah, so we went to the movies and...
Yeah.
We're moving.
What's that? How's that going?
Huh?
How's that going?
Huh? It's exhausting, dude. Yeah, it's I mean, it's exciting, but like this heat definitely
It's
doesn't.
not helping.
No. We got the dumpster delivered was it today, I think, and so everything's getting thrown out. Actually, by the time we release this, we'll be fully moved in. Well, not fully moved in. Most of our furniture will get there Monday, but when we release this, and then the rest of our furniture will be delivered Tuesday.
Oh, so you got new stuff coming?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the stuff, we bought entry level because we didn't know what we want. I shouldn't say what we wanted, but we were. That was like 7 years ago, 6 years ago, 7 years ago, something like that.
Oh, you're still young.
Yeah, we were young. I think I don't even think Maddie was 21 at the time.
It worked for you at that
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, I do remember, and you'll find this funny, that my overly sized body. I was watching the Cowboys play. We bought this cheap ass couch from I think Big Lots. It was our first couch in our tiny ass apartment, right?
Yeah.
I think you already know where this is going. I think Dak threw a pick or something. Something happened. I don't remember. But I jumped up. I was pissed. And I threw my big ass back on the couch. And all of a sudden I heard was snap.
Broke the bottom board.
Yeah, we broke the bottom board. So me being the engineer that I am,
Being the handyman.
Yeah. I went to Home Depot, got a 2x4, a thick one, measured. I did measure, though, how far it was from the bottom of it to the ground. Got a 2x4 and put it underneath there to keep it from, the board from flopping out. That thing was cracked. But I know, so we got some not as high end because we knew that we were just renting this place that we were at. So we went a little bit more of expensive stuff now.
More, just, kind of not move. I don't want to say like bringing junk.
Right.
You might as well, moving in somewhere new, buying a house.
But the sucky part is just how, you were in that industry for years.
Oh, I mean,
I don't even want to know like what the markup is on it.
No, I mean, it's pretty standard.
But I mean, is the markup on it like crazy though from like what it actually costs? So what it's sold for?
Yeah, I mean, furniture in itself is, can vary. I mean, you're looking at anywhere from 30 to 60% to 70% markup.
So a couch that I pay like $1,200 for, it was what you guys bought it. Not, and I say you guys, but like the furniture company probably bought it for what $300-$400.
Yeah, I mean, it's.
But don't you think? And I'm only picking your brain because you were in that industry. Like, if you sold that couch for $600-$700, wouldn't you make a lot more money than you would selling it for $1,200?
Furniture is a very niche market because it's like golf clubs.
Right.
You got some people that, redesign their house all the time. But a lot of people have the same furniture for years.
Yeah, because you told me that you're in the market for a new couch, aren't you?
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely...
And you've had that couch, you said, since you moved in?
Yeah, I mean, that's a 15-year had that couch. But that's also, it's a high-end couch. I mean,
right. And it's crazy because
that's a $10,000 to $12,000 couch
that you got for what, $100, right?
It was got at a warehouse sale. I mean, but yeah, I got it for really cheap. And that was $10,000 or $12,000 15 years ago.
Right.
It's black Italian leather, like true Italian leather, not.
You definitely gotten your use out of it.
Yeah, I mean, there's, there's one rip in it.
I was gonna say, I don't think I've seen any like.
There's a rip that's about the size, half inch, and that just happened this year. other than that, I mean, you know, the padding and the backing of it needs to be, reupholstered, or not reupholstered, but the cushion rebuilt.
Right.
But I mean, other than that, I mean, it's a good sofa. I mean, we still sit on it every day. So
You've probably slept on it many times while you were in the doghouse, haven't you?
yeah, I mean, it's a comfortable couch. It's
I agree.
it's a stipulation I have is when I look at a couch is like I definitely want to feel like I can lay down on it and stretch my feet out from end to end without bending.
It's
them.
funny you said that because like when we were looking at couches, that was the test I did on it. Like I wanted to make sure because I don't want something, like if I'm paying $1,000, $2,000 for said item, I want to make sure it's comfortable. Now, it looks good and everything, but I want to make sure, I can lean back. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's an investment. I mean, yeah, there's no real return on that investment, but from a financial standpoint, but from an enjoyment, I mean, that's the return you would get out of it.
It's funny that we're talking about moving and everything because the one thing, and I'm surprised you haven't even told me this, but I guess you would have never fell in, or had to have do this. But Andy, our good friend Andy, who I do our other podcast with, do you know what the one thing he told me was that nobody's told me, not even you. I don't know if he said this during our phone calls the other day or not, but I don't think he did. But nobody has told me this other than him.
No, what?
He said, make sure you change the toilet seat.
Huh?
Think about it for a second. Like, your butt's only been, like, your family's butts have been the only one on those toilet seats. So that's why I said, like, maybe you haven't had to deal with it.
Yeah, I mean, this house was a new construction, so it was a new toilet anyways.
Right, that's what I'm saying. But think about it. Like, if I go to sit on that toilet, just, I don't know. But, like, when you start thinking about it, it's kind of nasty.
Do you sit on a public toilet seat?
No, I do. But it's like...
So that's far worse than...
Oh, no, but that's what I'm saying is, like, when you start to think... But, like, this is your home.
Yeah.
I don't know. But...
I wouldn't go change it. I mean, would I clean them? Sure.
That's funny you say that because that's what Maddie said.
I mean,
She said that's what toilet bowl cleaner's for.
yeah, I mean, Clorox, bleach, wipes, I mean, that stuff's kills everything. So, and I would definitely clean it, but, no real difference than going to a public toilet.
I don't know. But it just got me thinking, like, damn, that is kind of weird.
I mean, just give it a good cleaning when you go in. I mean, there's far bigger things to worry about.
Well, I guess this kind of gets us into our topic of the day, like.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I would say, with what you're going through, been a big part of your life right now. So yeah.
Definitely, I'd rank it right up there as like when I had my kids.
Well, I mean, it's
just like life significance.
That's it's the largest purchase you'll probably make in your life.
Hopefully not. Like, I'm hoping this isn't. Hoping I buy I don't know, a Lamborghini or something. My daughter always asks me for one.
Well, I mean, depending on what Lamborghini you're buying, that might be cheaper than what you bought.
Yeah, I mean, no, you're not wrong, but no, I mean, you are right. Like, this is the biggest thing that I'll ever. It's crazy because as soon as I texted you that I sent Maddie that picture, or I texted you, Maddie yelled at me. She's like, "Get off your phone!" And I was like, "Look at this picture Matt just sent me," and it was the one that said, "You're in debt," and it was like the debt falling on it, yeah. And I was dying, and she was like, "Stop!" But no, I mean, I don't know. I am gonna take your advice though on some of the things that you've told me as far as like doing the extra payment. Like, I think that's the big thing that I've taken away from things that you've told me, just because I've done research into it, and it's like you can pay the house off in 7 years just by making that extra.
Yeah, but cutting years off. I mean, that's
right. But I think I'm gonna do it like half payment. So I'll do half my mortgage on the 15th or the first. Whatever. I mean, you know what I'm trying to say. Just breaking it up into. We get like a 15-day grace period, so I might do half on the first, the other half on the 15th. So that way we're still in that, and then just like, you know what I mean, like pay it done the first and 15th, but like pay it every 2 weeks. I guess is what I'm trying to say.
As long as the bank will allow you to do that,
Yeah.
there's no penalty. I mean, why not?
I also like that too because it's like you don't have that one large chunk out at one time.
It comes down to budgeting and everything
Right.
like that. I mean, get you. I think you use an app anyways or whatever for your finances and stuff like that. So,
or I mean, I just use your brain because it's like
moving's I'm not a huge fan of moving. How is moving can be a very stressful time and put stress on a relationship.
Yeah.
Have you and Maddie butted heads over the movie?
So like we've just like started. Like I said, by the time like I said this is released, we will.
Well, the packing and everything like that. 'Cause I'm sure you guys have been doing that for a couple of weeks now.
Yeah.
Right?
So like the packing, no, not at all. So that's
how much is packed.
Next question. Well, I mean, like I said, we're benefiting a lot from throwing a lot of the stuff away, and we're getting new stuff. Like all of our clothes are packed. Somehow we've lost silverware through. I don't know. Maybe that's just a me thing, but I feel like we've lost silverware through the years, and like we scavenger up for dinner and whatnot. But so we're not taking any of that. We're getting.
I think Jordan's thrown some forks away before.
Yeah, absolutely. So like. That stuff wasn't getting packed up. Our washer and dryer, I think we're gonna put it on Facebook Marketplace for like $100. I mean, because it still works.
Yeah, because your new one comes with one.
Yeah,
right?
like is it the best quality? No, but works. I mean, it still works for $100. I'd buy a set. Like maybe someone's in my position.
I used to buy, $100 sets because I didn't value a washer and dryer. Like. I would set it for $100 off Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace, and I'd get 2-3 years out of it.
Oh yeah,
and then just flag the scrapper down that's driving down the street. He'd come take them away, and I'd go buy me another set.
Yeah. So I'll probably do that. But like I said, by the time this is released, we'll be fully moved in, and I'm sure. I will have called and texted you and told you come get me or I'm about to murder somebody. Because a lot of it is I get very moody in the heat. I'm sure you know. But I get very moody even when I have to do physical labor.
So the house, does it have does everything on your wish list?
Yes and no. So before
elaborate,
before we were talking, I told you, I'm happy that we got the house and whatnot. It's somewhere that I feel like my family is going to grow into and whatnot. The only thing that I'm not happy about is I don't have a basement, but the work around that is the garage will become like the man cave type thing.
Okay.
I think for the price point that we were at, like buying wise, or that I should say that we got it at, I feel like we could have got something more out if we were willing to drive further to work and whatnot. But see, that's kind of like where I sacrifice what I want for a shorter drive time. Like you drive almost an hour there and back.
Yeah, I drive 45 minutes to an hour to work.
I like to get my sleep in, and you know that from when we worked together, I would show up.
Yeah.
I was never late. I was right at the dot though.
Yeah.
So it's like I sacrifice, maybe more house and space for a shorter drive time and whatnot. And I'm in
So what other, like,
I don't
is it just kind of the basement, basement garage?
so I feel like that's like the biggest thing, and like I was telling you before this was the fact that like I feel like in the basement I could have like kind of like what you did as far as like in the basement you could
I kind of have my own little area I
Yeah.
can go to and kind of get away from,
right. So
the other living spaces or common areas,
Right.
Whether it's even the downstairs basement here or the upstairs living room. Like, I can come into the office here and shut the door, and you really can't hear out or in.
absolutely. So I think, and then talking to you, like I kind of overcame my own personal grudge towards it because I was like, oh, I could just do this. What I did now, will it be perfect? No, but at least it's like a my area type thing,
Well, I think it's nice for everybody to have space that they can go to and kind of get away.
Right. But no, I mean, I'm excited. Kids are excited.
Now, will they stay in the same school district?
No. So
changing schools?
Changing schools. But I mean,
within the same county, though.
Yes.
Should be, I think, right? Yeah.
Right.
Just different schools within the county, though.
But I do think, like, the one upside I get out of it is I think I will be able to, I don't want to say double my money or triple my money like you have with here, but I'll definitely be able to probably get a good chunk back. Just because I'm in a upcoming, I don't want to say upcoming development, but they're definitely building a lot more out there.
Yeah, it's becoming more developed from,
Right.
I don't want to say rural because yes, it is kind of rural, but it's definitely a lot of housing development and commercial development out there.
Hopefully they put a golf course out.
There's already one out there.
In Union?
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of on Peterborough. That's kind of on Peterborough Road, though, isn't it?
Well, Lassing Point is just out 42 by Ryle.
Oh, so I didn't even know that.
That'll be
in my home course.
Be 3 miles from your house, probably.
Oh, well. But no, I mean, so, that was kind of some of the things, I gave up. And I also looked at it as, like we were speaking beforehand and have spoken numerous times, I'm in a very upcoming area, so I'll be able to get my money back. My kids are in good school district, so that's a positive. And I mean, that was like my biggest thing.
So, knowing that, and like, what challenges did you encounter when picking a house? Was
so like
Maddie like more like, or were you like, first house you see you want to buy, or were you like?
So I remember.
Were you looking for a house, or were you looking for a home?
So like I remember reaching out to you because I was getting pissed. She just wanted. I think it was that. Well, which house was it? It was that first house we looked at.
Oh, is this wavy floor? Or is this the?
Oh, this is the one where they turned the garage into the.
Oh yeah.
Into the other room, and it was the first house that I think it was. Yeah, it was. Anyways, whatever. The first house that we looked at, she wanted to put an offer in immediately. Like, I get it. Our lease was running out and whatnot, but did I love it? No. I mean, I definitely love the house on it now more. I think that our big, like, headbutting thing was I was more focused on the price point than anything.
You wanted to be affordable. You didn't want to be house poor.
I mean, I definitely think I'm going to have to cut things out now. But I look at it on the flip side as that, I can host more events now. being I got a big outside space. We got that gazebo outside. So if we want to drink bourbon and shoot the shit, we'll not smoke cigars. I'm having a bad time. I need you to come over, or you're having a bad time. You can come over, or our kids are getting close and we're just outside by the fire. We're shooting the shit. Our wives are too. Like I got more event space, so I look at it as I'm not gonna be wanting to go out on like a Saturday night to go to B Dubs or whatever, spend $150 on the game or whatnot, or eating like say, hey, you want to get together for the game? Like I have that now.
Yeah, be more like I don't want to say homebodies, but feel like you can stay at home and have just as much fun.
Right, absolutely, and then, like you and I've gotten so much closer, and you're the same way as me. Like you'd rather just be at home and not have I don't want to say home, but like if we're gonna do something, we're at each other's house or whatnot.
Yeah,
like
going out to the bars and
that's
sitting
cool.
at
Like
a restaurant is it's just not for me.
It's like maybe a once every like 6 months thing.
Yeah.
I feel like that'd be let's go grab drinks together or something.
Yeah, absolutely. I would say that I'm definitely more to the hanging out around the house, hanging out around a friend's house. It's not loud. You're not having to stand all the time.
Absolutely.
So just more comfortable.
I definitely think I'll be able to save more money that way because of being like somewhere that I enjoy.
Yeah.
So that was definitely, and Maddie already said like we can customize the garage, have a bar, have TVs out there.
Yeah, it's so easy now with smart TVs and everything like that. It's not like you're having to run cable and everything else out there.
So with that being said, we'll customize it, make it our home. It's just
it's something that doesn't necessarily have to be done,
immediately.
I would say, I would suggest to you, don't do it right away. Truly go out there, even, do the Pablo, get you sit in a chair and stare at the wall or stare at the garage and kind of visualize it and say, is this really what I want to do? Because, even if you start hanging pictures, posters, TVs, and you're like, well, if I leave the garage door open, the sun hits this wall. If I'm watching games at noon on a Saturday, like I'm not going to be able to see because, the sun's beating right on the TV. Try to take all that into account when doing things because it's just going to make your space more enjoyable versus like doing it, then have to take it all down, fill holes, and then redoing it after you realize that this didn't work or you ran into an obstacle.
Talking about moving, I was peeking around, not for no particular reason, but there's a house right next to me that has your name on it. I specifically saw it said Matt's house.
Yeah, have we outgrown this house?
Yeah, you think you?
Yes and no. We've got a toddler. Toddlers have a lot of toys.
And you buy her lots of toys.
I do, but grandmothers buy lots of toys too.
I know.
So I definitely think that there is more space in the house without the toys.
Right. You feel like there's a lot more space that's being
not
utilized. Toys. Yeah.
Yeah, Ella has an upstairs play area and a downstairs play area. No, we're not complaining or anything like that.
Right.
But, I think as she gets older and the toys get, less, or they're more focused on what she actually likes versus a wide variety, that you know, she'll have one play area and then kind of have a more traditional family room.
Are you open to moving?
I mean, I'm not against it, but Ella is, she's a toddler,
Right.
so moving comes a higher house payment, which then requires maybe my wife to work full time.
Right.
Where right now, she works part time for a paying job. I work full time for a paying job, and she's has the ability to stay home with Ella, and we don't have a daycare expense. So I just looking at it from that standpoint, like I like my wife and Ella being home, and Ella not necessarily having to go to daycare, and opening her up to all the illnesses
Right.
that come with kids with runny noses with her medical background.
If you were to move, what are you looking for in like your next home? Like, are you looking for, obviously everybody wants more space, right? But are you looking to get a lot more space, or maybe just 100, 200 more square feet?
No, I mean, if it was to move, I would say 3-car garage. Four bedrooms with an office, with a home office.
That's so that way I have a room to stay when I get kicked out.
Well, I mean, just to be able to have a true guest,
Right.
Guest room, but also, an office space for me, for kind of what I have here.
Right.
Basement to be able to, have a man cave, or if there's not a designated home office, a 5-bedroom, so that I could turn one of those bedrooms into.
You're definitely like your next upgrade will be a substantial upgrade.
Yeah, I mean, this is I've done a lot of work to this house. I mean, I definitely bought it at the right time. There's quite a bit of equity in this house, but been able to do some pretty significant upgrades to the house as far as flooring, appliances, and everything like that over, so I'd say the last 5 years. Whether it's fresh coat of paint on every wall in the house, new flooring.
Do you think like you're not? Because I think you and your wife are both at the agreement like you want something bigger. But do you think like the one thing stopping you from looking, and I'm not even talking like payment or anything, like, do you think that has to do with the fact that Jordan's in his last year of schooling?
Well, that's a factor too. I mean, he's going into a senior year. He's he's in the same graduating class that he started first grade in. So, I certainly wouldn't even entertain the possibility of moving until after he graduated. And then there'd be that window between when Ella started school and Jordan graduated school. It would be when I would truly considering maybe moving.
Are you going to be that parent that says you got to get out at 18?
No. I think yeah,
because he is a very homebody.
Yeah,
I just knowing him, I don't know. I can't see him in his own apartment, because the way I see his apartment would be like a 50 square foot room
Yeah.
somewhere, as long as it has somewhere to put his game, his computer, a microwave, a computer, one of those small freezers, and a screen, and a bathroom. So maybe 100 square foot. Like, he's good to go.
Yeah. No, he definitely doesn't require a lot of space, but that for him, I mean, he's developed some friendships at school that I don't want to necessarily pull him from. I want to have him have those, and as someone who has a lot of so-called friends on
You're
the
talking like gamer friends.
gamer friends, the online gaming community friends where
You know, it's crazy because, and I didn't mean to cut you off, but when we were kids, and it's just so nuts to see like how online gaming has evolved. Because, and I say that too because I feel I have a friend who I've started playing Modern Warfare 2 with that I still talk to this day. Like, we know about each other's families and everything. I've never met him. Oh, I mean, we've been friends for what, 16 years, 15 years, something like that.
yeah, I mean, it's just, technology has evolved so much, from when we were kids, and kids nowadays, have lost the going outside and actually seeing your friend face to face. Now they just FaceTime them.
Oh, I mean, even we do that.
Yeah. But I mean, that's just how society has changed so much where like, if I wanted to see my friend, I had to go knock on his door.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's even crazy. And I know I'm getting a little bit off topic from like home buying and everything, but I'm sure when you were growing up, I know I was like this week. I know the weeks have changed, but it's fair week. Like when I was a kid, I was begging I know like the fair used to be like the week before school went up, but I was always begging my parents to go to the fair.
It was kind of like the unofficial back to school
event, but like I was begging my parents to go. My kids haven't even said anything to me. They'd rather stay inside. Now, granted, it is 90 something degrees out, but like
yeah,
that was the one thing like I always look forward to was the fair.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm kind of indifferent on the fair.
You weren't a fair person?
No, not necessarily. But, the fair was also during the summer when, I played baseball. So, it was baseball season. So
Right.
It was, practice 2 or 3 times a week, games, 2 games a week. So, there wasn't necessarily a lot of free time for fair.
No, I understand. I get that, but
especially because I played on it would probably be classified as like traveling baseball,
right?
Like, from a competition standpoint.
You didn't play what we call around here knot hole, right? I think that's what.
Yeah, that's what I played.
You did play knot hole,
but knot hole is not the same when I played.
Okay.
As it is now. Knot hole was as competitive as travel baseball is now.
Because I know knot hole now is just.
It's also different by counties too.
Okay.
Like I played in Kenton County where you could sign a whole team up, and people my age in like Boone County, there was a draft. So you got to sometimes you're the luck of the draw in a sense. But so, we signed up a team and
because even now like teams are by where you go to school,
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean that's just the difference. But so that's why I mean like the knot hole that I know is more like traveling baseball today from a competition standpoint.
But all right, well, we'll wrap this up here.
Yeah.
I gotta get back to
packing.
I don't want to. But I know it's
We'll spend the weekend in the AC.
Must be nice. I'm gonna drag you to my house to get the packing. But no, it's been real, it's been fun. But this packing is not gonna be real fun. But
no, I mean it's a means to an end.
We'll get through it. Like you said, it's pretty much over with now. Like the fun part begins. But
then the home stretch.
Before we go, give a special shout out to Alex, our man behind the scenes that does everything for us.
Yep.
Thanks to you for allowing us to use this.
Oh yeah,
we appreciate it. But any final words?
No.
Oh, stay hydrated this weekend, everybody. If you are in the heat.
Yeah, absolutely.
There was one thing I did want to hit. I know we did not touch on it last month at all, but it was Men's Mental Health Month. Mental Health Month. So
That's June, right?
right, yeah, June. So
Still technically June.
it is. But we just want to say, if anybody out there needs somebody to talk to, I know, you don't know us, we don't know you, but we will listen.
Yeah, drop a comment.
Yeah, drop a comment if you want to reach out to us. We can send emails and whatnot, but yeah, just things will get better. I promise. It's a long-term solution to a temporary problem. So just stay vigilant, stay mentally focused on hitting your goals, and just keep grinding, keep pushing. You will get there. I used to tell myself I was going to get there in this house situation 4 years ago, and we got told no, you're not ready. You don't have this, that, and the other, and here we are 4 years later. About to buy a home. So
Yeah, achieve the goal.
that was all I wanted to say. But all right, dads, you stay cool out there, and we will talk at you later.
Have a good one.
Peace.